Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, September 16th. This is Gina McGuire. We will continue to see much cooler and wetter weather across the Great Basin over the next couple of days, with a warming and drying trend starting Friday through the weekend. We will also continue to see gusty winds across the area through Thursday, especially across Nevada and Utah, where wind gusts will be in excess of 35 or 40 miles per hour. We have seen significant precipitation across the region already. Yesterday, most of the precipitation fell over the northern half of Nevada into Idaho and northwest Utah, and these areas saw over a half-inch of precipitation, with many areas seeing well over an inch of precipitation total for the 24-hour period. There were also some lighter showers and some areas of wetting rains further south across Utah. Yesterday, light initial attack was reported across the Great Basin, with only a few small fires reported across Utah and Idaho. Looking at the water vapor satellite image from this morning, this shows the deep trough of low pressure along the west coast, and this is responsible for our much colder temperatures, precipitation, and gusty winds. We'll continue to see low fire potential across the area despite the gusty winds, with the recent moisture and very cool temperatures. Today those winds will gust anywhere from 35 to over 40 miles per hour, with the strongest winds today across Utah and over the eastern half of Nevada. However, still breezy winds will continue in other areas. Today most of the shower activity will occur over the northern two-thirds of the Great Basin, with the better chances of wetting rains across Utah and into Idaho, Wyoming, and up into Montana today, with also snow in the higher elevations as this cooler air settles in and continues to keep the snow levels low. As we move into Thursday, this trough of low pressure starts to swing further east. However, we'll still continue to see that precipitation continue across Idaho into far northern Nevada and northern Utah and into Wyoming, with continued low fire potential. Temperatures have been cooling over the last couple of days and are now averaging about 15 or 20 degrees below normal in some areas. These very cold temperatures will continue through Thursday, with highs only reaching the 60s and 70s in the lower elevations and the 40s up in the higher elevations. Again, Thursday we'll see those better chances of wetting rains remain across Idaho into far northern Nevada and northern Utah. As we move into Friday and this trough now moves well off to the east, we'll start our gradual warming and drying trend across the Great Basin. There may still be a few light showers across parts of Idaho into Wyoming and northern Utah early Friday. However, this will dry out significantly as we move through the afternoon. Fire potential will still remain low, as it will take many days for areas to recover from the cooler temperatures and the moisture. On Friday, highs will start increasing, especially across Nevada, and may reach 80 degrees in some of the lower elevations of western Nevada and in the low 90s for the far south. However, still remain in the 60s and 70s over much of the rest of the eastern areas of the Great Basin. Again, with the exception of those showers early Friday morning, we're expecting drier conditions. As we move into Saturday, that drying trend continues with lighter winds and gradually warming temperatures, and we'll continue to see that trend as we move through the rest of the weekend into early next week. You will see the drying trend become more obvious across California and into western Nevada. However, we're still expecting generally low fire potential across the area despite the warmer conditions, especially over eastern sides of the Great Basin. As we move into next week, we may see some moisture start to return over southern Nevada and Utah, and possibly the central Idaho mountains for a return of some shower and thunderstorm activity. Over the next few days, in addition to the precipitation we've already seen across the Great Basin, we'll see additional rainfall amounts of anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to over 1.5 inches across Idaho and into northern and central Utah and into Wyoming, with lighter amounts further west. Looking at the fuel conditions, fuels have changed dramatically over the last couple of days with this wet and cool weather. We were seeing ERCs well above the 90th percentile in many areas of the northern half of the Great Basin on Monday. However, those have significantly declined to below the 50th percentile in most locations. Looking at the longer range outlook as we move towards the very end of the month, we may see above normal temperatures for parts of the eastern and southern areas and below normal temperatures for northwest areas of the Great Basin, along with increasing amounts of precipitation again. That concludes the briefing for today. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Thank you for listening.